Imagine for a moment that you are the president or the chairman of the board of a new corporation. Your company came together following a huge merger of two smaller companies, and you now have more than 50,000 employees from coast to coast and border to border. How do you communicate with them? How do you nourish their minds and nurture their hearts? How do you ensure that the culture works for all of them? How do you make sure that every one of them commits himself or herself to give their very best? Well, how do you make sure that they feel like they belong? And how do you bring together two different cultures and help them become one? That is exactly what Bill Rogers faced with the largest bank merger in recent memory in America. You see, Bill Rogers, the chairman and CEO of Truist Financial Corporation. Truist became the sixth largest financial institution in the nation after BB&T and SunTrust merged to become one. How Bill made it work can help any leader doing business in a climate where mergers and acquisitions are becoming more common, in a world that's so competitive, in a marketplace that's global in nature. He and I had a conversation about this, and I like what he said. Listen to his words.
In the construct of the physical things, very difficult. In the concept of the foundation of purpose, actually quite easy and quite focused. We set out on a course that we wanted to build something different, and we wanted to build a company that was actually built on purpose, that foundation would be deep, would be deep pillars into the concrete. And built it on, predicated on purpose, that we would start with that as a foundation. So when we start with that, the other stuff becomes sort of easier. It drives the decisions. If you drive them all from the why are we here? What are we trying to accomplish? What's the North Star? Things that seem like they're desperate start to come together. I have a leadership value that is simple. I like to keep things very easy. And it's to bring clarity from complexity and purpose to the work. So the job's not to make it harder, it's to make it easier. Nobody wants to understand how hard it is. They want to understand how easy it is, and they want to understand their role, is their purpose to the work. Why am I here? Does my work matter? This report that I'm generating, am I generating a report, or am I generating a report to help build a better life for someone? And I think when we make that connection, that makes the glue, creates the flywheels. I mean, all the concepts of creating a purpose-driven company.
Yes.
So it is complex in one sense, but in the other sense, it's very clear.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you for these words. Bill is a North Carolinian. He grew up in Durham, North Carolina. He graduated from University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And he started his banking career with SunTrust in 1980. So he knows banking, and he knows the culture of banking. He also knows the importance of living a life of purpose. And what he says is so right. To live, you must have a purpose to guide you. When you do, happiness becomes a byproduct of what you discover. Because what you discover is that you're doing what you believe is important in your life and in the lives of all those whom you touch. You're doing something bigger than yourself, and you're making the world a better place. Bill understood that, and every day in every way feeds the system at Truist to ensure that that is the way people live, that it is part and parcel of the mission, vision, and values of the company. It's a lesson we can all benefit from. It's a lesson we can all find useful in our lives.